Hey, and welcome back. So in this video, we want to look at an example that shows us something about variable scoping. So if I come here and I open Scratchpad, and on Windows you can do that by Shift F4. So I'll just come here and copy this code. I want to use this for our example. And now, in our examples, we've been using alert and not console log. So in this case, this is a local variable within this if block. And yet, we can still access it from outside here. So that is when we use the var keyword. It's very important to note this. If you use the var keyword, this variable is accessible from outside of this block. So if I run this, you'll see it gives us 5. But then, you know that we also have without the var keyword, which is not advisable to be used at any point. So even with this, if I run this, it will still give us 5. And now we also have the let, and with let, if you declare a variable using let, this will not be accessible from outside of the block. So that's one reason to use the let keyword. So if you use let, it will not be accessible from outside, and since we have used x as a variable, we cannot use it for the let again, and we saw this in previous videos. So I will change that to y, and that will also become y. Then we run this, and you will see the reference error. This is something that we spoke about, and we said that if you see the reference error, this basically means that the variable has not been declared. So if you use the let, you can see this is a true local variable if you use the let to declare a variable. So we also have const. So a const is also new in ECMA 2015, and if you use const, which simply just means that this variable to some extent is immutable, but it is not a constant like in other programming languages. It is not a constant with the same principles and with the same nature of behavior. This is a way for JavaScript to try and copy a similar thing, but it is not exactly the same as a constant in other programming languages. So for this one also, I will not use y, it will bring issues, but I can use z. So if I use this z and I try to run this, you will see it also gives us a reference error. So you can use the const for something that is not going to be mutable. Okay, so in this video, we've seen examples of variable scoping. So as we saw in other videos, you saw that if you take this and you put it up here, there are cases if you use the var keyword, it will show you undefined. So you can do an example with those and see how it is. Just take the variable and put it up here for the let, for the var keyword. If you use the var keyword, you can try and put this up here and see what will happen. Think of that as your assignment and as a way for you to practice this for yourself. So I will see you in the next video, and in the next video we're going to look at variable hoisting.